Hey y'all, and welcome to Mouthful TV, another episode of a TV show for the culture, by the culture. This season, we're sponsored by A Taste of the Culture, so make sure you guys go to atasteoftheculture.com and subscribe now to become a member. So you get a box with wine, spirits, like bar accessories, shakers, mixers, all of that. So make sure you guys go to atasteoftheculture.com and use promo Mouthful to receive 20% off. 20%, that's a lot,
That,
ain't
that is
it?
that's
How are you guys doing? I feel like we haven't seen each
good.
other in a while.
I know it feels like forever.
This
It
child.
has
Well,
been a
not
while.
not Desmond Funky Breath still.
Uh-oh.
I got you first.
See,
Here we go.
not even 2 minutes in. That's a record for y'all.
Pew 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 pew.
But yeah, it's so good to see everybody. We missed last week. There's a lot going on. And so we're definitely glad to see you guys' faces again. And everyone that's tuned in this week, we definitely appreciate you guys as well. So let's get this small business segment going, Jen.
Hey.
Hey. What's up, y'all? Know me is Jen. We're gonna go ahead and get started with Jazz the artist. um, she I love her work. So let's just go ahead and get into it. Hey Jazz, how are
Hey,
you?
Jazz.
Good. Hey, everybody.
Hey, hey.
I'm good. Go.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. Well, I introduced you already, so just let everybody know where they can follow you at, so we can get it going.
Okay, so you guys can follow me on Instagram at painting and all that jazz. That's AND and then it's jazz JAS. So yeah.
Cute.
Cool, beautiful. So, Jazz, let's get into it.
Okay.
I am a very big fan of your work. I have been following you on, social media for a while. Love the fact that you were an art teacher. And I love the relationship with your kids. I love the fact that you were really close with your kids, and then you kind of transition. And if I'm not correct me if I'm wrong, you're not teaching anymore, are you?
No.
So you just kind of went with artistry, just full blown.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! How does that feel? Just being able to just do your passion, like for income, for everything. Like, how does it feel?
It made me proud of myself for being true to myself. I would stand in front of my classroom, and tell my students all the time to be true to themselves, to do what they loved, to not let fear overtake them. Like, I felt like such a hypocrite because teaching was safe, but it was never what I wanted to do. I love art making and I love writing. But when I got out of school, I just was like, well, how do I make a career out of that? And so the practical thing was, and my mom talked me into it because she's a teacher too. She was just like, you can teach until you figure it out.
Mm.
So it was the safe route. And I found a lot of joy in it, but it just wasn't my life's work. I felt like it was a piece of what I was supposed to do. And I learned so much about myself, and I learned so much from those kids. But I just had to step out on faith and practice what I preached, basically.
So, where do you get your inspiration from? Do you get it from the hikes you be going on? Because baby, you be hiking. Okay, you and Mika. I'm like, dang, like I want to go with y'all. Y'all be doing road trips and stuff.
Girl, I actually do love nature, but like I kind of live in my head, and so I have lots of conversations with myself. I'm not crazy, but I have lots of conversations with myself, and I like to write in my journals, talk it out with my friends, just anybody who will listen. And it's like I'm always in search of truth and personal growth and just personal understanding and just trying to know me. I feel like we're our biggest projects in life, and what we learn about ourselves and who we become and how we interact with other people, it's like what we're giving off, that's our life story. And I just feel like it's important. So I feel like when I wake up every day, it's like I start class, and class is the class of jazz. It's like I'm learning about me daily. And so I'm just in constant conversation with the Lord too. Like, all
It's
day.
very important.
Yes.
It's so important. It's
Excuse
like
me.
I'm just deeply connected. And so most of my work, the ideas, especially lately, just I'm my own inspiration. Like my personal journey of growth and acceptance of who I am and how I do me and how I just do my thing. So that's where it comes from. So yeah,
What is your zodiac sign?
I'm an Aquarius.
Look, I'm one of those people like, oh,
Yeah, oh no, I do that too.
right,
I
right.
do that too.
You're very profound though and very deep. So that's
Thank you.
so
That is a great compliment.
She
Thank
is
you.
very different. I like Jazz. Like I've only met Jazz once, but like from that one meeting, it was so like it was just like, oh my, like
Yeah,
dang, I
yeah.
like
I felt, yeah, it felt good meeting you, Jen, at that one time. But it's like I've known you forever. And really, okay, it was twice. I think okay, because you remember that random time we ran into each other at Kona Grill.
that was the first time I met you.
And then at what was that? The bridal shower. That was the second time. That was it.
You know what? I don't even remember.
It was the bridal shower.
Mm-mm.
That was it.
was it open
But yes,
bar?
it was, but it's just always
Right, that's the
what you say,
part.
Star?
Huh?
What you say?
Oh, was it open bar?
It
Was
was
great
drinks. It was
flowers?
Was it?
drinks.
Yeah, it was drinks there.
Like,
But yeah, it was just nice. It was just a very nice exchange. I really enjoyed it. So, Jazz, another question I have for you. So, for a person who, you know, is just starting out and really wanting to get into this art thing, like what inspiration would you give them? What words would you give them?
I would say that practice, makes progress. And one thing that my students would do that would inspire me, because when I began making art, I had no clue what I was doing. I like to say I sucked, like I just was not good,
I love
and
it.
when I first started, I was not good. And so it took a lot of trying and failing, I guess you could say. And you can really get down on yourself trying really hard at something and not seeing any progress. But I look back over the years, because I started making art in '08, and I just look back and it's like, man, I've come a long way. So I would just say to keep practicing, keep at it, like every day, keep at it. And you'll see yourself get better. And stay true to yourself. A lot of the times it's easy to create art based off of what you think is popular, what people want to buy. Like, oh, people like buying pictures of celebrities, and so let me paint Nipsey Hussle. Shout out to Nipsey. But it's just like that, if you know that's not what you want to do, what is your message behind it? What are you trying to say? Stay true to you. And that's most important. And the people that's gonna vibe with it and love it, they'll find you. So you don't have to feel like you have to try to please the world to feel like you're adequate in this space. What else would I say?
Well,
Have
let me
fun.
ask you this. Yeah, I was gonna say, let me ask you this to kind of give you inspiration on what else you would say. So, what mistakes did you make once you made the decision to go like full time your art? Like what mistakes did you make, first starting out, that you can kind of give that advice to people that are trying to start and wanting to start so they don't kind of make the same mistakes?
Ooh, a mistake of a really like prevalent one that I kept talking about with my friend the other day was contracts and down payments. Don't make artwork just 'cause somebody said, "Oh, can you paint a picture of me and my grandma?" And so you go out, spend your money, buy a canvas, use your materials, finish the painting, and then you hit them up and they're nowhere to be found. Or they're like, "Oh, you know what? I changed my mind," or "Okay, I'll pay you in a few weeks," and so now you stuck with a picture of some random person and their grandmama.
Right,
You
right.
can get a down payment, and it seems like that would be common sense, but I just didn't think about it in the beginning. And so that was a big mistake. And another one was comparing myself. So I used to talk to my students about photorealism. So photorealism is when somebody paints a picture, draws a picture of something, and it looks exactly like the real thing, right? And so a lot of people think that that's what equals good art. And if it looks the most realistic, then it's good. And so I would like battle myself saying like, well, wow, if your pieces aren't looking photorealistic, then it may not be viewed as good art and da 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 da. And what I had to do was come to terms with, this is how I make art. If this is what I deem good, then it's good, period. It's no more discussion after that. And so, yeah, starting out, I feel like those were the biggest mistakes that I made.
I have a two-part question. So I wanted to know, did you have any favorite genre of art? And then when you're doing your thing and drawing, what music inspiration do you have? Do you listen to anybody particular?
So I actually don't have a favorite genre. I actually, with all my heart, hated art history. I would fall asleep. I would fall asleep. It just wasn't that interesting to me because a lot of the time, what we were learning about, it was just like they call them the masters, the old white men from the past that are dead and gone, and they're the standard of what art making was. I do have some favorite artists. Like Romare Bearden, Kehinde Wiley, Jean Michelle Basquiat, Frida Kahlo. Those are some of my favorite people, but really not a genre. And my music, I have a playlist called Feel Good Music. And feel good music is like the music you listen to in the summer when the sun is setting and your house is clean and you just got paid and you're probably about to go have drinks and you're feeling cute and you got the windows down and maybe the radio's on 105.7. So, you just
like I really just pictured
you
that whole thing.
did it feel good. So yeah, music
I was
like
about to
that.
say name 2 songs on the playlist.
Okay, Voyage to Atlantis, Isley Brothers,
Hey.
Yes.
something by Erykah Badu. I don't know. It's just a big old mix of everybody it's just music that makes you feel good. So yeah, that old stuff.
So I want to ask you one last thing. If you could turn your camera, well, not turn it, but like pick it up and
Okay.
just show this wall for a little bit.
Okay.
Hey, girl.
Okay, let's see here. Okay, so this piece right here, Power of Love Has No Limits. I did that one for Valentine's Day. This one here is You Grow Girl. What's up here? Can y'all see that? No. Oh.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's the Power of Positive Thinking. That's one of my wood pieces. Y'all getting a special exclusive right here.
Come on, exclusive.
This one's brand new. I finished this earlier today. Kind of doesn't have a name yet.
Okay.
Then what else is up here? I don't know if y'all can see. Can y'all see it?
The 3 pots.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's growth mindset. And then I have some on the floor. Let me show y'all. Actually,
are you gonna show my favorite one for now? And I saw you make it. Oh my God, it was beautiful. The power.
The fist, the table.
I love it.
That's actually downstairs. And
yeah. maybe because I just I saw you make it. I was in before Desmond asked, I was about to say, girl, let's get into these pieces right quick.
Yeah.
So
yes. That was so much fun making. I love wood cut art now, and with the storm and everything, with the weather, I had to like stay trapped in the house, and because I make those pieces outside. And so I had so many ideas that I'm sitting on. But yeah, that Power Fist, it was received really well. Everybody really liked it. And so, yeah, making tables is one of my newest ventures. And so, yeah, I had an accident earlier with one of my pieces. So I have this wood cut piece. Okay, let's see.
Oh.
So it says, whatever you water will grow. And it has these really sharp edges. And it fell over and it stabbed this piece called Happy Money.
Oh girl, I love Happy.
No, not the money piece.
Yeah, it stabbed it, so it has a big hole in it now. So I have to try and repair that. So stuff like that happens sometimes too, but that's everything I have on the wall right now. So
nice.
All right, everybody. So, and Jasmine does, she does the wood pieces. She has stickers. She has t-shirts,
Apparel, journal.
stationery. Yes, yes. She
Oh,
has everything. Like, all like, please go to her website. I be on there looking like, and I got a shirt.
Yeah.
It ain't came yet, Griffith.
Yeah, it's on the way. It's on the way.
So, girl, listen, I be wearing. I cannot wait to figure out how I'm gonna wear. I'm gonna wear it after. I'm gonna post my picture.
Please wear that. And that's what I love about my apparel is that you can dress it up, dress it down, and it's saying something most of the time. So that's what I love about it.
But before you get out of here,
I was
Jazz,
about to
like,
say, go ahead.
yeah, give them your website. Go over all your social medias one last time before you leave.
Okay, so
I'm sorry, Jen. I feel like I'm taking over your interview.
No.
You are, okay? Because I was going right into that. But go ahead,
so
Jazz.
everything is painting and all that jazz. So it's painting, AND, all that, JAS jazz. That's my website, paintingallthatjazz.com. Then on Instagram, my business page is painting and all that jazz. My what is it called? My personal page is love and all that jazz. Love is big to me. I was born on Valentine's Day, so
oh, happy belated.
Thank you. So love and all that jazz is my personal page. Then on Facebook, my business page is painting and all that jazz as well. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Jasmine, for coming in and just letting us know about your art. We love it. Love to see it. I am so glad that you came on. So
I'm glad that y'all had me, and this is so awesome what y'all are doing. Like, how do y'all know each other?
Well, look, I'm pointing this way. This is where she is on my screen. But Jennifer, I've known since pre-K.
Aw. See all the buddies.
Yes, unfortunately. And then
I'm the newbie.
Okay.
Yeah. But it feels I've known them at least since 5th grade. I'll give them 5th grade.
Yes, it's a very good
Star came in trying to shake the table. She family now.
Right.
I love what y'all are doing. So
thank you so much. And we love what you are doing, Jazz. And again, thank you so much for coming on. Come back on Tuesday for our small business Tuesday segment. Come on as many times as you want, y'all, at 7:00. Please remember, every Tuesday, Mouthful, we hosting Small Business Tuesdays on IG. We're still doing it on Facebook.
Yes.
But IG, Mouthful_TV. Come on, please showcase your business. Let us know what you got going on. Jasmine, thank you again so much for coming on. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Yes. Speaking live. Love it.
Thank you.
That was awesome. She said, practice makes progress.
Progress, not perfect.
Not perfect.
Right.
You better change it up. I love it.
And listen, and it's so good because it's so valid. You know what I mean? Everybody tries to strive for perfection. Which will honestly never get there.
Exactly.
Right.
Yep. But you can always progress to be a better you. So
yes.
Absolutely. So we're gonna get into this topic of the day. Of the week, should I say. So today's topic is expectations. Like, what expectations did you have for, let's say, your life? What expectations did you have for your life that, as you continue to grow older and kind of find yourself as a person, that you had to come to a reality and kind of change those expectations? I want to say, for me, I've always expected, I was very interested in law. I always wanted to be a lawyer. And so, like, I used to be on the debate team. I went to a law academy at Atwell. They had a law academy at Atwell. And so that was something that I was very, very passionate about. And then as I got older, of course, you got to start thinking about college. And I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that.
Right.
So I found out that, which electronics and computers have always been a passion of mine as well, but I definitely just wanted to be a lawyer. So I kind of changed and transitioned to wanted to be an engineer, which I'm currently in school working on. So it came much later in life, but better late than never. But what about you, Star?
That's
What?
it.
What? No, I mean that's all I have to
No,
give
I was
right
like,
now.
yeah. I mean, for me, I think I had that cliche mentality of I'm gonna be married, 2.5 kids by 25. I'm gonna be
It's
in
the
my
two
six-figure
point
career.
five.
Well, the little doggo, whatever, little pupper. But have that career that you want and just be set and just be good type of deal. And honestly, you don't start to figure out life and figure yourself out until your 30s.
Yeah.
Girl, law.
Yeah, and that might not be for everybody, but I know it's like you really start living in your 30s and figuring stuff out because
Girl.
your 20s are your 20s for a reason type of deal. But there's no regrets because I feel like if you regret anything, you'll drive yourself crazy and up the wall. However, you are going to have retrospect, right? So I do look at life now and be like, okay, had I taken a left instead of that right or keeping straight, would I be at the place where I originally thought or what? So that progress for me, that timeline and that time frame for me was an expectation I had. I was messing with some clowns though, so that kind of held me back. Ooh.
I
Haven't we all?
expected,
Haven't we all?
Mm.
it's like I expected my dating life to be so much different than what it has because I haven't really had one until I was 30.
See?
So it's like I expected to be, Sex in the City type situation. I'm going on dates every night, going out, having drinks, and just turning up, just being a whole little like socialite situation. And I don't even
See
like to
that
go
number.
out at all. I don't like really going out. I don't like being around a lot of people. It's just I feel like my life, what I expected it to be, is the exact opposite of what it
The opposite.
is.
Right. It's like, oh my gosh. What about you, Jen?
My expectations for life. I just, to be honest, I never dreamt of marriage. I never thought I would have kids. I always just wanted to be in entertainment. Like that's literally all I lived and breathed like my whole life. Like, but I never knew where to start. I didn't know who to talk to. I didn't
Mhm.
know who to tell. This is what really wanted to do. And so it just took me a while to figure out, Negro, you just got to do it, you
Yeah.
know. So I did not I really didn't have any expect. I mean, you go through that phase, especially like when you're a little younger. I knew again, like at 5, I always tell people this story. Whitney Houston had this song called "I'm Your Baby Tonight," and I had this red and white tape player, and I would play it, and I knew the whole song, and I would sing it, and I would just imagine people like in the crowd yelling like, yeah, yeah, and like it's literally like I'm seriously like that's all I ever dreamt about. I didn't want to get married. I for some reason I knew I would have kids, so it just seems like my life is kind of going. Don't get me wrong, there's been some bruises, bumps, and other things that have happened, but at the end of the day, you just have to continue to strive for what you want.
So
Yeah,
has marriage changed? The thought of marriage changed?
that was going to be my question.
Right. Look,
Hello.
say
No,
something.
anybody there?
Right. Hello?
I'm at a point now to where okay, maybe I can. I just need to make sure that I'm 100% good before I get serious with anybody. I just marriage like really, really, it scares me so much to think about it, and I just it may be because of what I what I experienced growing up. I'm just like, mm-mm.
So let me
But
ask
I
you
know
this.
now.
Go
But
ahead.
but I know now what to do and what not to do. I can do a lot of things different from what I saw growing up. So it's whew, in the future, yeah, I will, but it's it's just gonna take a lot of growth for me as well. So
Yeah, because my
Mhm.
question was gonna be like you said that you want to make sure that you're 100% good. Like,
That
do
was
you feel
my
like that's a realistic expectation to be 100% before you get to the point
right.
of marriage? I can't hear you.
I said like 95. I just don't want to go into something and I'm not 100% okay. Which I don't think anybody would just ever be 100% okay, but for the
Right.
Mhm.
most part, yes. And I just have so many things that, I'm still battling and, I need to get together before I can give myself to someone.
Right.
Yeah,
And you
because I think
definitely
from
want to be at a healthy spot, a healthy
yeah,
point
for
before
sure.
you can readily and fully make yourself available to somebody. But I think we've had this conversation before
We
where we're like,
did.
nobody can be 100%, because then that goes into expecting too much from you in your life to be this perfect bubble that nobody's is.
Yeah, because I was just gonna say that I feel like a lot of times when we think about our relationships and what we expect in these relationships, like we have very unrealistic expectations. Like,
Yes, very.
because I know for me, I expect the person or my partner to be at a certain place in life and things of that nature, and that just hasn't been the case in my dating situation in the past couple of years. That I've realized that I'm very fortunate to be where I am in my life. And it took a lot of time to get there. And everybody hasn't been able to kind of, navigate that path to healing and growing and being a better person. So it's like, I now realize that I won't say nobody, but a lot of people haven't gotten there in their life yet. So it's just like, I had to lower my expectation. I ain't gonna settle for no BS, but
Right.
there are some things that I'm willing to compromise on.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
And the
not to
thing
say that, oh, go ahead, Jen. Go ahead.
the thing is, although, they may not be, there when you guys, first exchange, you guys first meet, you can still work on that. So it's not like, they're going to be that way forever. Like expected, what you expected, and they're not that. There's always room for growth.
Right.
And
Very
you
much
and
so.
the thing is, you can tell, you can see inside, you can see in a person if they are able to grow. You can see that, that, you can sense that. And if they're not, of course, keep it moving. But who and who not to deal with.
I
There are
can't
some very
stand
good there.
this.
I'm about to say
I can't stand
there are
this.
some very good actors and actresses out there. I'm just gonna say
You know what?
that.
You know what? You right.
because
I had a
because it's like
serious, oh, I can't
That's why
stand
I'm
you.
sitting here
Get
looking
me off
crazy. I'm
track.
I'm not dealing
what
with it.
did I do?
Do you talk about some? Like she might have a point. I don't know.
So let's kind of transition to like another topic of expectations. Um Men versus women expectation, like gender roles.
Mm.
I guess for me it would be like heteronormative
I don't
roles
cook,
and
I don't clean, but let me tell you how I got these rings.
She lying. She
well
lying. She cheating.
so for me, like especially being homosexual, there's this, I guess, heteronormative expectation, like really from from heterosexual people, like they expect there to be a more masculine man in the relationship and a more feminine man. And so like the more
Educate me. I'm guilty.
are you really?
Really?
So
I am, and,
like
and I don't mean where I'm just like one's gonna be just super, just extra
mhm.
flamboyant or anything like that. But I do feel like there's a shift where one individual takes on more of what a type society would, consider more masculine or feminine type of deal. But
And
tell me,
in my
because I want to
experience,
learn and I don't want to be ignorant to the community.
yeah, so in my experience that's not the case at all, because I can be a boy, but I also
Yeah.
have my flamboyant moments. You know what I mean? So it's just like a lot of people expect me to be a certain person in the relationships. I ain't gonna go too far into detail. So a lot of people expect me to be on the receiving end of things.
Okay.
So, and that's just not the case.
Okay.
But and it's also a a stigma of like there it's a very big conversation in the gay community of that person that is get on the giving receiving the giving end of things it's supposed to be the more masculine person,
Right,
and they're
right.
very much against, like they're so adamant about not allowing someone that's more feminine to be in that position, you know what I mean? So it's just
Right.
like, but for me, like I like what I like,
Yeah.
I give and receive, and we have more fun.
You,
And I guess
you.
like within the gay community is also the stigma and the double standards of when you're talking about two females compared to two males, because then you
Right.
go into if there's a stud, you
Hmm.
know, or two lipstick lesbians. So, you know, you already have kind of that fit or that persona of who's who type of deal.
Right.
So I could definitely see how that's different when it comes to, you know, two men or whatnot. So
Yeah.
yeah.
But and even then we still
Mhm.
have expectations of, you know, there are some people I'm attracted to more masculine men, which is,
Okay.
you know, a very big thing for me. But it's like I don't expect him to fulfill that heteronormative role of taking out the trash and, you know, cutting the yard and all of that, because I'm very much a man. I can do my own brakes, I can change my own tire, like I can do all of that. Like we don't have to fit into this box, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think for me, it was really important that whoever I was with, you at least knew how to do the basics. Because it is a lot of grown people, both men and women, walking around that don't know how to do the basic stuff like laundry and keeping a clean household, cleaning the toilets. And when you clean the toilets, we're not talking about just wiping, you're done. We're talking
Talking
about
about
you
on
got
the
to get in the
side. We talking about on the
crevices,
side over there.
right? You know,
On
you got to let
that bottom
the
side over
comment sit in it before you
there.
go and clean. So it was the expectations of you know how to run your, you know, your dwelling type of deal. And
Right.
now where I'm at right now in my marriage is I can't stand this fool sometimes when he loads the dishwasher because I'm like, it's a system. It's like, have you never played Tetris before? You're not just gonna load on top of load. Like it's a system. And that's why the dishwasher has the crevices and the you know that it has
The
the
dividers and all of
dividers.
that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So
But
My
yeah,
husband, please load the dishwasher right.
yeah,
no,
and
but
rinse
here's the
them
thing
off
though.
before
She
you
hasn't,
load them.
like, you have an expectation of how to load them, but are we not, or can we just appreciate the fact that he's loading
I'm working on me.
it?
I'm working on me, but I do appreciate it, especially around the house and just like how our schedules are different. To come home and know that load of laundry that I just, oh, I was dreading to do, it's already done, or at least it's in the dryer or something. So I really do appreciate that because I think we have a good balance of just keeping our household up. If you want a clean, tidy household, like if I see the trash is full, I can take out the trash is fine. But if you know we need to eat, go ahead and you know put some on the grill real quick or something.
Right.
So it works.
That's yeah, that's kind of where I stand as well. You know, like just basic things. Like
Yeah,
to be honest, though, I ain't gonna lie. I've been cooking since I was about 8.
yeah.
I just can't.
What
Whoever I end up with, can you please cook? I don't
can
want
you
to cook no
cook?
more.
Right. You want a
Now
whole
I
chef.
will I'll cook once a month, and I'll cook a big, nice, beautiful,
Once
hearty
a
one, whatever you
month.
want, baby. Yeah,
He said once a month.
but I don't. I'm so tired of. I'm a great cook. I'm so tired. Like I'm so tired. I want my man to love cooking, so
Yeah,
that I won't have to do it as much. Like I
yeah.
It's
just
30, sometimes 31 days in a month, and you pick one.
She's serious too. She said one.
Not even once a week, once every other week.
You
once a
know
month.
why? Because Jen, she probably do those homegrown big mama meals Big Mama used to do where
I
it's
do.
really prep. See,
I will
I'm
smother
sorry,
you some
sometimes you gonna
chicken.
catch these cheat meals during the week where I'm gonna just cheat my way through it now.
Yeah, I smother
Sticky.
chicken, cabbage. I make mashed potatoes, cornbread, mac and
Nah, see, that's a Sunday. That's what you cook on Sunday. Monday we
yeah,
gonna
but
eat
that's what
hot.
I'm
We gonna
saying.
eat
Like
chili
I will do
dogs. We
that
gonna
for
eat some
you.
rotel.
I will do that for you once a month. But you gotta understand, like I have kids as well now, so it can't just
They
be
gotta eat
like,
too. You feed them once a month.
no, my man will
You like, look.
every day. I'm over it. I'm so tired of cooking. I love it when
So,
I'm
do
in
you
there.
feel
And it
like
used to be
men
a passion
expect
for
you to
me.
do that? Because
You said what?
do you feel like men expect you to cook though?
Absolutely. Of course. Men expect women to cook these days. No.
Because I know a lot of men that cook that enjoy cook. Well, I guess it's different for me. So.
I was dating this one guy. He loved to cook. He said, well, you can come over and I will cook and we will have wine and you can relax. And I'm like, see,
Is that how he said it?
He did. He was of, another culture. He was from another country. And
Okay.
he would cook and we would have wine and we would relax. And I loved it there. I loved it there.
Where's he at?
He probably still where he will play a player.
So let
It's
me
cool,
ask
though.
y'all one last thing, one last expectation that we have in our community, which is Black-owned businesses and their customer service, like overall, like because here's the thing.
Yeah, let's talk.
I love my people, right? And I want to support my people. I really, really, from the deep down pits of my heart, want to support y'all.
Facts.
But I'm not going to buy 4 lemon pepper wings, some fries, and a canned soda for $32. I'm just not doing it. I love y'all. I love us, and I love a good wing.
Right.
But I'm just like, the prices are just so high for me.
Yeah. And with this being said, none of us are saying dumb down your product.
Absolutely.
Not at all. But when it becomes excessive,
But let's be
come on.
let's be reasonable. Let's be fair here.
$50 for a hat with stitchings or a hoodie with a logo and
Because I could go iron this shit on myself.
I just want there to be a balance in the expectations for us as their consumers to them as entrepreneurs, business supporting our own, because that's real and that's strong. But come on, some owners are really taking advantage of buy Black, support Black business, support small.
They definitely are taking advantage of it.
Yeah. Now for me on the customer service side, okay, listen, we got to stop with these attitudes. Why are you mad at me? And I mean,
now I ain't gonna lie.
You.
I'm not gonna lie, Star. Now,
what?
Let me tell you something, baby. That person at Catfish Floyd or how y'all can have an attitude with me all day, baby. Long as my fish is fried hard with that tartar sauce, I don't care how mad you get at me. Okay.
And that's why it's continuing on.
Exactly. That's why it's continuing to happen. Because I went to Rudy's a couple of days ago. We got to the speaker box. Go ahead with your order. I'm scared to order at this point. I don't.
Right.
Order when you're ready.
But that's what I'm saying, though.
Don't take a long time to order, baby, because
the business. Oh God, you gotta know what you need.
But the businesses that have been here for so long, like the lines are still outside the damn parking lot. So I mean,
but it's just
it's like at some point we got to transition to focus on that customer service. Like we focus on providing our people with the things that they want and need in our community. So we
Right.
already know Rudy's been there for a long time. You know how to fry your chicken, you know how to season it. So now let's focus on customer service training. Let's
But
do
and
that.
don't we want to expand? Don't we want to take over other communities that aren't just ours? So we
Right.
know you could be like, damn, this black owned and customer service legit, and that food's gonna be seasoned, not none of this dash dash, and I'm done. You
And
know,
we
like
had,
Right.
you know what? We had
okay.
one in Mesquite, but it closed down. I don't know what happened to Rudy's. Just speaking of Rudy's, I don't know what happened with that. But
Yeah. I mean, I just think that that's where we hinder ourselves as the black community is we just think local. We
Hmm.
don't think expansion. And that's what we have to do. And we're not saying leave the hood or leave the culture, leave where we are, but you want to provide within our community and expand out and show people what we're about. But if I go somewhere and I'm asking for some extra sauce and you mad at me like it's coming out of your paycheck, that's a problem. And I'm not rude, I'm not
Right.
disrespectful, I'm not like, hey, let me get a like. No, I know how to order and I know how to say thank you or appreciate it or whatever. But babe girl, you applied for the job and they
Right.
hired you.
And you knew you had to
you are
work. You knew you was
absolutely
gonna
right.
have to work when they hired you. So I don't understand
Right.
why you got an attitude because you had to
Girl,
come
you
to
knew you was
work.
scheduled
Like,
for Sunday. You should have took off. You knew
Yeah.
you was going out. Then you knew you was going out Saturday. And you knew you was gonna have a hangover. You should have called in.
Now here's
so
another thing, y'all. Oh, you want to go first, Des?
well, I was just gonna say, like, with you saying that you know how to be a good customer, like you know how to say please and thank you.
Yes.
Not we have to be better customers on the same on the opposite end of that. Like we
Mhm.
sometimes don't know how to be customers. We really don't. We have an expectation coming into a business like, well, I'm paying you my money, so you can talk and act any kind of way.
Right.
It
That's
works,
Right.
it
it.
has to work on both ends. Like we have to come together as a community, period. Business
Yes.
owner and
Period.
customer, we have to be able to work together and know how to handle each other on a professional level. And I feel like it's a fail on both ends of
On
that
both ends.
spectrum.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I like that. And I'm actually glad you went first because then I can segue into what I was going to say is I've been on both sides. I've been a waitress and I've also been a customer. So even before being a waitress, I've always just had the respect of somebody's doing me a service. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm going to be respectful of that. But when you really get down into that industry, y'all, they're talking bad about Black people and Hispanic people because we come in and do the fool and want everything under the sun. And when it comes to leaving tips, I
Non-existent, huh?
kid you not, I did everything. And I hate to even put this out there, but it's true. And we have to be real. I did everything. Lunchtime rush for a group of Black women. It was about the table of six. I'm talking about everything. You didn't have to ask for a refill. You straws, napkins, condiments, food came out hot, boom, what you need, tickets. I know you're on lunch. Do you know one lady left me 2 pennies?
Wow.
Two pennies. I, like, but why? Like, what did that do for you? And then not playing the race card, but you see a young Black woman, trying to make her way or whatever, and gave you everything, and you not even for that support. But regardless of what race I am, I gave you a service, and I gave you great service at that. And 2 pennies is what you thought my service was worth to you. Like, come,
Right.
come on,
And here's the thing in that aspect of the service industry, especially like restaurants and things of that nature. Like a lot of people don't understand that a server is not the cook.
right.
So there was a situation. I used to be a server as well, like back when I was in college. And so I brought the guy his food. As soon as it came out, I brought him his food, and he was so livid that his French fries were cold. French fries and onion rings is what he had, and
Okay.
he was so upset about it. Oh, he was a white man, so he called me back to the table. And mind you, I'm in a little college town
Right.
that is not very fond of us anyway. So I get back to the table and he was like, my fries are cold. And I apologize. I said, okay, no problem, sir. I'll get you some more French fries and onion rings. Just give me 1 minute. He was like, hold your hand out. So I'm like, okay. So I hit both of them. And I'm like, wait, the yelling.
Hold up.
Let's
Please
Right.
don't tell me what you finna. Please don't.
Wait.
But
Say
I
it.
did
Which
it,
one?
and
Okay.
he put the fries and the onion rings. He threw them in my hand.
Oh no.
That was my last day working out because
I know it was.
I threw them back at him.
I know you did.
Did just like that.
Yeah.
And I said, you ain't getting shit. How about that?
Okay. For real.
But it's just, I mean, we just have to do better as a people. You know what I
I
mean? Like,
know, yeah.
because we, you know, and when we're in those positions, especially in the service industry, there's always there's already a certain dynamic there, especially when it's
Right.
people not of our color. And
Right.
so we should be able to build and uplift our people when we see them in those positions, because that is not easy work. It is not easy
Right.
work. You don't make a lot of money. So these people are just out here trying to do what they can do to make a living. And we definitely need to be better customers. We need to be better owners and service providers as
And
well,
at
but
the
we
end of
definitely
the
need to be better
day,
customers.
at the end of the day, you have to, in order to get respect, you have to give it. So you both need to just come in ready and willing to respect each other, period.
Yeah.
And that's where that's you know, that's just where it starts and ends. You know, respect for, you know, on each end. And I don't think that we come in with these, again, expectations that one one or another is supposed to do something, um you know, that we think is right, when all we have to do is just be nice in the beginning
Yeah.
to each other. And a lot of this would kind of deteriorate.
Yes,
So
and shout out to the ones that did come in and were very nice and, you know, appreciated the service I gave them and tipped very well. I do appreciate you. You got your girl through some times. So speaking of that, right, with the restaurant industry, let's get into this word of mouth. Ooh,
Yes,
y'all
ma'am.
ready?
ooh, yeah,
Because
right.
you know, spring break is upon us. If it
I can't
hasn't
wait.
happened for
So
some
ready.
already. And our also Governor Abbott, has lifted the mask mandate
Hot
effective
wheels.
March 10th and has opened the state at 100%. People are still dying, and the rate for Dallas County might be at 200 still. I think
Yep.
so.
Something like that.
There's still a rate, period.
Right.
Yeah.
Period. And
Yeah.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
And because so I have a Facebook group with a lot of my coworkers or whatever, and you know they're steady posting like such and such in department such and such has passed away due to COVID, or such and such had a family member that passed away due to COVID, and it's just like it is still very very present.
Yeah.
And so I think it's definitely way too soon to go back to being 100% back to normal when it's not back to normal. And so I don't see myself, and I am guilty of, I have been going to bars and I have been going out and enjoying myself as of lately. When it first happened, I wasn't going anywhere. But you know, as of lately, I have been going out a little bit more. But I also still take those precautions. So I feel like now with people being okay, because there are people that with the mask mandate didn't wear them, and there are some that were not comfortable with wearing the mask and not don't want to, and now that they don't have to, it just takes it to a different
They
level for
about to
me.
act the ass, a
They're about to
plum
act the whole
fool.
ass.
And I hate when people are like, I don't hate when people are like, but people are like, you know, just because he lifted the mandate, you can still wear a mask. And it's like, well, obviously I know I can still wear a mask. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about how these other people are about to do the fool. Like, they about to go crazy. You know, we not well, so in my opinion, tell me what y'all think. I feel like one, this was to take focus away from the snowstorm that happened and the power line, and you know, everybody's like resigning and quitting and everything.
Because there are
And
still people without water to this
right,
day.
right. And spring break money. You know, you're not trying to miss out on those funds that your city, your state is about to get for the spring breakers and people wanting to go out and spend money.
Very
I
good
think
analysis. Very good analysis.
yeah.
That is
So
very true.
I'm just I'm on the fence about the no mask thing. I'm on one end, it's okay, like at some point we do have to get back to regular normal life. Like we're going to have to. Now, has it been done prematurely? Probably so. um, should we wait until, you know, a majority of this country has gotten their COVID shots for the people who like really are adamant about getting them? For sure, absolutely. So I'm just kind of in the middle, and you know, both of these thoughts are going, you know, in between my little left and right brain, like, you know, every so often. So um again, I'm just on the fence about it because I'm so damn tired of wearing this damn mask, y'all. But I mean, you know, and I understand that wearing it, you know, will definitely help save lives. So I'm going to continue to do it. Although I don't want to, I'm
At
going to
this point, I
continue
feel
to.
like I'm gonna have to double mask. Like I know a lot of people double
Right,
mask
right.
I
now,
was
and
already, yeah.
I wasn't doing that, but now I feel like because there are going to be so many people not wearing it, that I should wear more mask on their behalf.
They
And I
breath stink
mean,
anyway.
think about the basics of how COVID can travel. You know, just
I
think
didn't say
about the
you.
very basic. What she say?
Yes.
She
I
clowning
said they breath stink anyway, and I
me.
said,
Focus. But the basics of how COVID can travel and just, you know,
right
people
Yeah,
and in the bars and just cutting up or
now
whatever.
you
It's
sick.
like,
Yeah,
yeah. And the
you done
fact
laughed on me.
is,
Now you sick.
I agree with Jen. Like, had it not come prematurely and we had enough vaccines to get, you know, the masses and majority and not just, you know, healthcare workers and, you know, senior citizens, because there's some senior citizens that are still waiting. That's my issue. You jumped without a life vest on. I don't like that
right.
because that's our
And then
life.
I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not sure if you know that. I read an article saying that he hadn't even consulted with the medical, professionals
Yeah,
that handle those decisions
the officials.
before making that
I know you
announcement.
lying.
Nope,
I know
I'm
he's
pretty sure I
probably
read
right.
that. I'm pretty sure I read that.
Now Hot Wheels. Now why?
Well,
I'm so mad that y'all keep calling this man Hot Wheels.
And you know,
is that what y'all call
but
them?
you know what it is? It's greed. It's greed, you know, that money
It is.
rolling in, and you know, by everybody going out and you know, just kind of doing them without the mask. It's greed. Like what? Because at this, I you know what? I don't want to be mean because I ain't. You know what? I'm not gonna say that. But like, what you gonna do? Where you going? Where you rolling to?
But I can say though that I I
Right.
can say that it is comforting to see, watching the news and, business owners being interviewed about the mask mandate. And they're like, oh
Yes.
no, we're still going to have
Right.
these masks, on,
And the school
especially
districts.
I was just about to say,
Yes.
especially
Yes.
the school
Yes. The school
districts are like,
district.
oh no, we are not for that. Because
Right.
there's so many situations where there are large groups of people that have no choice but to be around, each other. And so why would we want to continue to put each other in danger like that? You know what I mean? In a situation of possibly infecting them with this sometimes fatal disease. You know what I mean?
And the fact that even when you get your vaccinations, you're still recommended to wear a mask.
Right. Because the thing is, and I feel like this is where a lot of people are misunderstanding the purpose of this vaccine. It's really to lessen the symptoms of
Right.
it, right? And not to cure it. And I don't think a lot of people really understand that. So it's like
I didn't
you
even
can
know that.
still you can still contract it, right? You can
Right.
still pass it to other people who may not have gotten a vaccine. It's
Right.
just you won't be affected by it as much if you were not vaccinated, if that makes sense. So you won't
Because
get
then it goes
the
Absolutely.
symptoms.
deeper to herd immunity and, you know, all of that, which is a whole nother, you know. But
Right.
yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But listen, I just know I'm about to go back into quarantine.
Shit, we might not have a choice in a few weeks. Let's see how it goes.
Right. Baby, them cases gonna spike so hard now we're gonna be sitting in the house looking ugly again.
Talking about, damn, how did
Right.
we get here? Well,
But in the
hell,
meantime, we might
yeah.
be getting this stimmy.
Hey.
So I for the Amazon for to get $1,400 for me because I ain't got nothing else to do but order shit.
You better put some of that in savings, boy.
I ain't going nowhere. What I'm saving it for? I'm just playing.
We talking about financial literacy next episode.
I'm just playing. Don't listen to me, y'all. Listen, Wingstop every night.
Hey, lemon pepper my wings. That's silly. But real quick, hold on. Mouthful before we end about the vaccines and mandates. We always just want to say thank you so much to the healthcare workers. We see you. We appreciate you. Not everybody can have the gum to do that job, but y'all work night and day to keep us healthy. And you go home to families too. So we really definitely appreciate you on behalf of Mouthful. So thank you.
Yes, yes. We definitely appreciate you and all of the, what do they call them? Essential workers.
Essential workers,
Yeah,
including
like,
educators too, that got to go to school and teach the kids. Yeah.
So let me ask you this, and then we're gonna wrap this up. So, as an educator, are you on this side? Is she on this side, Jen?
Nah,
No, other side. I gotta turn and talk to you.
Yeah. Hey, Des.
Hey. So, as an educator, right? Do you feel like with this pandemic that it's been a hindrance to the children in their education? I know that was way off topic, but I'm just curious.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Real quick, I do, but I don't think the solution is to just bring them back into school. Unfortunately, there's so many factors to get into it. Kids have to take accountability. Now, here's my thing. This is the disclaimer to our viewers. I teach high school. So my expectations for these high school kids that I'm gearing up for corporate America, entrepreneurship, military trade school, college is different when you're talking about the babies, you know, the elementary schools, you know, the kiddos type of deal. I feel like they have to take accountability in their learning, especially since a lot of teachers, I'll say for what I've seen, have not necessarily lightened the curriculum and the expectations of learning and what they're actually learning, but they spaced it out to understand what home life may look like. You know, you might not be able to get to that computer, or you're on my Zoom, but you have to take care of your brother, or maybe, you know, a parent or somebody else in the household. So there has to be accountability in the home, meaning the parentals or the guardians, and for my kids, high school kids too. Unfortunately, it absolutely is disheartening to see that grades have gone down, that, you know, they're not progressing. But even when we're in school, you have students that just don't either. So it's really, who would have thunk it, right? That we'd be in a pandemic right now. But for somebody that did go to a university and had something called Blackboard, where you had to have online assignments, it's like we're gearing you up for that. Y'all tell me, I'm Miss Florida, I want to go to, you know, HBCU, I want to go to this, I gotta say, okay. So what happened to those 2 assignments that you had? That, you know, so you got to be real with them. But hopefully we can find something that's going to be a good balance. And we do understand that school was an outlet for a lot of students, you know,
and parents,
educators. Yeah, we become second parents. We're security, we're mentors, we're lunch money sometimes, you know, so we get it. There's no perfect answer right now, but teachers are trying and admins are trying. So
because it's definitely, you know, different. It's a totally different situation transitioning from, you know, person to person to virtual, and kind of, especially with a lot of campuses not being prepared for it, you know what I mean? So it's like they're learning as you go. So I was just, like I said, I was curious to hear your opinion on that as we were talking about the pandemic that popped in my head.
Yeah, definitely. But I keep it real with my students. Like, look, I'm trying to gear up, you know, future leaders. Like, we don't have time for you to say what you want to do, but you're not showing me. So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we appreciate you. We appreciate you so much. I love our educators, and I love seeing that so many people that I was in school with have decided to become educators, because
Yeah.
it's not something that I guess I
It's just not
expected
for the
from
weak.
them.
Right.
Yeah, it's like it's not something that I expected from him, but them, and a lot of them are going back to the school that they went to, and it's just like
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yes.
yeah, just keeping it in the community, and it, it's a beautiful thing to see.
It takes dedication and a special type of passion and want to do that. So thank you. Y'all so
Absolutely.
sweet.
We love you.
Hey, and Star love the kids.
All right, y'all. Like, we can wrap this episode up.
I had a really good time. I really enjoyed talking
I
to you
did
guys
too.
tonight. I really
Yeah,
did.
go ahead and take us out, Jim.
Hey.
Hi, y'all. I'm just playing. Y'all know, but seriously, thank you so much for tuning in to Mouthful tonight. Don't forget to get your a taste of the culture boxes. Use code Mouthful for your 20% off discount. Closing it out, and don't forget somebody else tell us about the event. Our
So we're
Pop-up.
doing the virtual pop-up shop. I don't have the date. Hopefully it'll come through in the text
27th,
message
March
on the
27th.
27th.
March
Yeah.
27th.
So we're
Looking at
doing a
those.
virtual pop-up shop. So make sure you guys contact us on all of our social media platforms. Also, we have an email, mouthful at
Please visit our website.
novativent.com if you want to be a vendor, to sell your product. Listen, it's an amazing idea. You have access to so many people at one time to give them access to you and your product, your business, your brand. So make sure, if you have one of those things, to send us an email to become a vendor, and we will definitely make sure to get you the information that you need. And also, if you're a consumer as well, make sure that you follow us on all of our social media platforms to stay updated, so you can come buy these people products, support your
Visit our
people.
website.
Yes.
Yes, mouthful-tv.com.
Y'all, this is new to us. Please, we out here trying to make it, y'all. So our heads, and
It's been a crazy couple of weeks, y'all.
Yeah.
Right. Y'all know.
But thank you guys again for tuning into another episode of Mouthful. Make sure you're here on every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our social media, Small Business Tuesday. We air every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on YouTube. Check us out.
Hey. Bye.
Bye. Peace.
Bye.